So about 11 years ago, while sitting in an Alabama State Penitentiary, me and a good friend of mine were brainstorming business plans instead of smoking weed and hanging out in prison. And he had a cell phone that he snuck in, and we would call out to his wife and to his sister and ask them questions about different businesses. And hair happened to be one of those businesses. So 2 years after I got out, I was, diving back in the same lifestyle, around the same circles. I started smoking weed, started selling drugs again, just kind of going downhill and spiraling. I have no idea where my life was going. So November 4th, 2011 or 12, I decided to make a shift. And I left the USA and went to India to live on a farm. From there, basically, is where the new story of Rocky starts, and also where Hair Made in India was actually born. So while I was there, I was looking for what to do in life. I tried a bunch of different businesses, from liquor stores to clubs to marketing companies and this and that. And with hair, I made one Facebook post. After that Facebook post, all my friends from high school, all my homegirls hit me up and said, "Hey, Rock, if you got hair, bring it to us, bring it to us." And that was enough for me to say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna follow this path. From there, I rented a car, rented an apartment, started researching factories, facilities, warehouses, and then the temples where the actual hair is cut. About 6 months after that, I brought everything back to the USA. I took roughly $30,000 to $40,000 from a injury I had when I was assaulted, and my entire jaw was fractured on both sides. I took that money and bought inventory, and almost all inventory. I saved nothing for marketing or anything else. Because, from my background coming from dope, selling drugs, I knew how to move product, and that's what I was going to do. I definitely knew for sure that I was never going back to that lifestyle of selling drugs, of doing anything like that. So I needed something legitimate, and I put all my coins into it and went from there. And it was actually scary. In the beginning, when I came down to Mississippi, I was trying to sell the hair at cost, the same price I bought it for, and no one would buy it. So I was like, oh man, at that point in my life, I was just getting married to my now ex-wife. So I was like, man, how am I gonna start this family? I have this product, I put all my money in it, no one is buying it. So what I started to do is work on the back end of the company, build systems, work on the website, start marketing, build my social media. And by the time I moved from Mississippi up to Atlanta and then New Jersey, the sales started coming in. And so after about 6 months, I was like, okay, I have my hands on something solid. It's time to build this and grow. From there, basically, I was teaching tennis. Tennis is something I played since I was 3 years old. I love playing. And I was getting, close to $40, $50 an hour working at a place in New Jersey and Connecticut. So I was really happy with that. And the university, as it is, tore my ACL. So I wasn't able to teach for a long time. And that really showed me immediately that, hey, Rock, you really need to figure out something else to do that doesn't involve just your body being put to labor all the time. And that's when I really, really dove into Hair Made in India. I'm not a developer myself, but I learned how to develop my website. I learned how to write code a little bit. I learned how to market on social media and write AdWords and things like that. From there, it was basically like a grassroots type of effort. I was at trade shows 7, 8, 9, 10 times a year. I would Google hair extensions or hair salons in different places and go there, give them a call, bring product with me, and go meet them. And what's really, really cool is today, 7 years later after that, people still remember me from back then when I was literally coming to their shop in a minivan, pulling out suitcases of hair and showing them my product. So that's actually it's a really, really good feeling having people that know you from way back in the day support you, follow your journey and your story. And that was the goal behind Hair Made in India, right? In my past life, selling drugs and doing that, it wasn't because I needed money at all. And I know a lot of people do it for the money, and a lot of people laugh at people that don't do it for the money, right? For me, it was about the lifestyle and the community. I wanted that family, that group. I wanted that attention. I wanted to be the centerpiece of my circle. And when I started Hair Made in India, it was the same goal. I want a community of people working together with like minds and similar paths even, and similar pasts as well, and on the same path to getting money and changing their lives together. So even now with Hair Made in India, most of the people that are affiliated with us and work with me directly have very similar paths, whether it's addiction, trouble with the law, trauma, whatever it is. It's about taking those people and helping them shift and adjust and change their life into something bigger and better that is legal, that they can, keep for the rest of their lives and even pass on to their children. And it's definitely an uphill battle sometimes. It's a tough process. Changing from a lifestyle of partying and women and drugs and all that is very, very hard because we build our identities around it. And my identity was literally focused on that. So I didn't know anything else in life. I didn't think I had anything else or could be anything else. And then when I made the shift finally, I was still scared. I had no idea. So I took that first step on faith. During that time in life, when I was changing and shifting everything, I realized like I still have no idea what I'm actually doing. I don't know where I'm going. I was scared, but I had the ability, and I really believe truly that it was something from up above, the universe, a higher power that came to me and said, hey, Rock, try something different. I had no idea what that was and no idea where I was actually going to head to, but I said, okay, I'm going to try this and I'm going to leave this behind. So the day I left, I gave my dad all the drugs I had left. I let go of my friends and everybody and literally started back over in India from ground zero with no idea what I was going to do or where I was going to go. And 8 years later, with a lot of struggle and a lot of pain and a lot more between there, I eventually made it to where I am now, sitting in West LA in a showroom. The business is going well. I now work with 5 or 6 different people. I help them, feed their families and create the lives they want to. And we look to just connect with more and more people and build that for more people in the future as well.